More big news this week from the United States. Victoria's Secret and Bath & Body Works will finally be opening in Israel. The two brands, which sell underwear and body creams, will operate under the Israeli company Delta, which has exclusive in-country rights for both brands. The company says it will open about 20 Bath & Body Works stores, the first of which will open in the third quarter of 2021, and 7 Victoria's Secret stores that will open just a few months later. Let's speak to Yulia Karra, an editor from YNET News English. Hi, Yulia. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So, really exciting news for those of us who are fans of Victoria's Secret and Bath & Body Works. I'm curious, how exactly did this deal come about? How long is it in the making? These products have always been sold at the airport. So how was that able to exist without having the actual companies operate in the country?
Well, the company Victoria's Secret did open 2 stores back in 2012 that was operated by Jack Cuba, a duty-free concessionaire. And the company sold at the time in those 2 stores, they sold only cosmetics at exorbitant prices, much higher than those in the US. So obviously those stores proved to be a failure. So now Delta Galil, which owns loungewear stores in Israel, comes in and basically signs a distribution rights deal with L Brands, the parent company of both Victoria's Secret and Bath & Body Works, with the hope of bringing the entire catalog of products to Israel and keeping prices relatively similar to those in the US.
Yulia, the people that are going to be, running to these stores first are the ones that have visited them in other countries, the ones that know what to expect, that have their favorite products from these stores. So can we expect that the stores that are opening in Israel will have the same inventory as the ones we might be used to in, for example, the United States?
Well, there are still a lot of details that are unknown at this point about the deal, but the CEO of Delta, Anat Bogan, said that they intend to bring the entire catalog to Israel in physical stores as well as online, which includes everything from skincare to cosmetics to accessories to lingerie, swimwear, basically everything the companies have to offer.
Well, with Israel having, a large, let's say, Orthodox Jewish population, I'm wondering if there's any regulations for these kind of products. I mean, the soaps and the creams, do they have to be kosher?
We still don't know that for sure. And the company doesn't have a kosher certificate from Orthodox Union in the US, which is the standard for kosher goods in the US. But it would be extremely commercially unwise for them not to get a kosher certificate because that would rule out a huge chunk of their target population. So they will probably have it.
I have to say, one of my favorite things about these kind of stores are the types of sales that they offer, right? You go in, you get 5 creams for $20. There's always some kind of package deal where you get a discount if you buy more than one. Can we expect the same kind of package deals and discounts to be offered in Israel? Do we know anything about that yet?
We don't know anything about that yet, and all of that depends on whether they will manage to keep the prices as low as they are in the US, because a lot of companies make aliyah, if you will, to Israel and then find themselves unable to cover import expenses and forced to up their prices significantly. So the question is whether they will manage to keep the prices low and will manage to keep those same promotions that they run in the US.
So I know we know when the stores are going to open, but do we have any idea in what part of the country? I assume probably around Tel Aviv, maybe the center of the country. Do you have any information on that?
Yes, actually, in an interview, the CEO of Delta said that surprisingly that she is looking at other options beside Tel Aviv, saying that there are places in Israel which are more commercially viable and commercially attractive than Tel Aviv. So that's surprising, but she didn't specify. But I assume maybe they're going for that luxury market with malls in Herzliya or maybe Jerusalem. We will have to wait and see.
Great. Well, I know I'm looking forward to it. Yulia, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.